What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Duel video. Today we're going to be grinding out those last few games to go ahead and get, wait for it, this free EX, this free Deoxys normal form right here. It's definitely going to be useful to have it in the future. Obviously, alone it doesn't work great, but with a full team of Deoxys, it can be a pretty big powerhouse. So we do want to make sure we go ahead and get the free one while we have the opportunity. Let's get right into it. I lied. First off, we're going to be opening up this golden booster we got yesterday. Let's go ahead and get that EX. Come on. We got an uncommon. Cyndaquil. That's actually pretty cool. Pretty happy about that one. Typhlosion's a pretty powerful Pokemon in this game. Pretty underrated, if I do say so myself. Fennekin also. Ingot rare and rare metal common. So nothing too great out of that, but definitely happy that we did get that Cyndaquil. And Fennekin can't really hurt to have either. I'm going to go ahead and just get those. We'll expand our inventory. Just so you guys know, I am going to be going for like a full set of figures, like 3 of every figure, and then 6 of the figures I can use more than 3 of. So definitely pretty happy about that decision. That's something that's going to make it so I can actually make some of these crazy weird decks for challenges and for videos and stuff. Just trying out the janky, just crazy stuff that no one else is going to. So that's going to be the focus of a lot of videos once I get to like that top tier master level stuff, that kind of gameplay anyways. So let's go ahead and get right into this match here, guys. Going up against Sean, who has a Wartortle, Greninja, Yveltal. Interesting there. We got the Mew, Articuno, and Zapdos as well. So we're going to see how he starts off, I would assume, with the Greninja. Yeah. Okay, so Greninja's going to go off. I think we challenged that with... oh boy, we don't have many beaters that can go up against it very well. Maybe Mew. I just clicked the wrong button. Wow, that is bad. Okay, well, pretty unfortunate there. He's going to be in a position where he's going to be able to hurdle jump to the goal, which I assume... no, he does not have a hurdle jump, which is actually really odd. I'm okay with it, though. We're going to go ahead and block him off right there while we have the opportunity. Hopefully he attacks and loses, because then we'll be able to win the match here. That would just be so great. We're going to go ahead and protect our goal. Definitely have to do that. Cannot be moving Mew and then just losing there. That would suck. He is a 1579 ranked player, but he has 4 wins in a row. So this could really go either way, to be completely honest. Now, let's see. This is a little interesting. We're going to go ahead and drop Shuppet right now, because then we can surround Mew if he doesn't move it, which really makes it so he has to almost move Mew at this point. If he doesn't, we're going to be able to take advantage of it and then go farther. Maybe he might... no, he doubles up. That's actually really interesting. Probably the right decision there as well. We're just going to move on forward and go for it, because he cannot hurdle jump us. He doesn't have hurdle jump. Really odd there. That's used in like 90-something% of top tier decks. Definitely an odd decision there, but I can respect it. That said, he can't put anything on the goal, so he's going to have to use a goal block right now, or go for the risky takeout on Shuppet there. He might do it. I could see either way. Okay, he is going to goal block. Probably. Okay, so Yveltal's going to... no, Mew is going to get goal blocked. That's even more interesting there. I have so many questions. Why don't we go ahead and... I don't know. The better choice is probably Mew here, but then he could play a figure, and do we want to allow that from the right side? Probably not. So we'll make it so it's probably a little bit less of a shot of us rolling into a kill or rolling into a neutral turn. But he isn't even going to bother with that. We're just going to be able to go ahead and surround it immediately. That is fantastic. And then we can just go ahead and counter the Wartortle in just a second here, which is going to be a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, we're going to lose our Shuppet here, which really isn't that big of a deal, to be completely honest. It's sort of served its purpose, but Blastoise, that is a big deal. That is a bit of an issue. I'm not too psyched about seeing that. That said, we have a fantastic win percentage against... oh, I didn't even mean to click that. Whoops. We goofed. That's a problem. We're going to go ahead and try to take out that Blastoise now, because I used a double chance. That's going to be a Hydro Pump. Unfortunately, we're going to get knocked out right here, most likely. Yeah, that's not going to happen, though, actually. We're going to go neutral. Fantastic. The idea there was that he rolled into a purple and we'd have like a really, really solid chance of rolling yellow. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But yeah, we got a good win percent against Blastoise as a Mew, so pretty happy about that. We're going to have to go ahead and... Oh god, this is rough, guys. This is actually really rough. Do we just go for the attack? Do we just go for the attack? I think we do. I think we just move in and go for the attack with our Mew, because that's not the defensive choice, but he's going to surround from the right side with Blastoise next turn, no matter what I do, unless I attack. We are actually going to take down the Mew, which means that he has to go ahead and defend right now, or he's going to lose the match. He's going to have to place either a Articuno or Zapdos in this case and go for the takedown. I'm going to assume he's probably going to place Zapdos, but it could be the Articuno. It could be. It could very well be. Double chance going on the Zapdos, and we are going to see Zapdos attack there. If we do get the lucky roll here, we get the blue. That would just be fantastic in this situation. We are not going to get the blue. He's going to roost, though, which means he has to roll into his Thunder whatever. Roost again. We win the game. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so pretty happy about that one. We got the lucky rolls that we needed to, and now we're going to go ahead and take home the match. Continuing our ascension to the top of the ranked leaderboard, so pretty happy about that. Obviously, we're not going to get to the top, but, you know, 1858, that's not too bad, and we're going to be pretty far up after that. 7,090th place. Let's see, what is the actual cutoff for the next... Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. So, ranking rewards, we'll go ahead and click that. So, 1,200, we're not getting top 1,200. We will get top 40,000, though, almost... undoubtedly, no doubt in my mind whatsoever, we are going to be getting the top 40,000 there. Let's go ahead and just jump right into our next match. We'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed we can take another one home. That would just be fantastic. So let's get right into our next match, guys. We're going up against Jerry 500 here, also a 1-win streak with the Deoxys attack form, Lucario, Shuppet, 2 Reuniclus, and a Machamp. So definitely a little bit scared of the Lucario. We've had some pretty terrible losses versus Lucario. We're going to go ahead and challenge that with a Shuppet, because if we get a good roll-up against that Machamp, there's just no stopping our Shuppet. It's going to be a fantastic thing, especially if he advances with Machamp and actually gets burned. That'll basically seal the deal for us. So fingers crossed that's what he does, because... Okay, so he is going to go full-on defense there. I can respect it. We're going to block down his left entry point. Probably the right decision there. He's going to go ahead and drop Shuppet. I'm going to go ahead and double chance. I've actually learned that this farther increases the shot of you going and taking out a Shuppet immediately. So if you go up against a Shuppet with Mew, we're going to go ahead and do that. Come on, give me it, please. 50%, please. No! Why would you do this to me, game? Why would you do this to me, game? No! Oh, that one's rough. I can't believe that just happened. I was just talking to you guys about odds, and then the odds just totally went against us there. That's fine, though. Not a big deal. He's probably going to reinforce that. He could develop... Okay. So he is unfortunately going to go ahead and develop the Shuppet. Not quite the answer we were looking for. So, Mew... I believe Psychic is now going to be a miss. It could be Shuttle Flip. I don't think it'll be... Hypersonic. I don't think that's possible. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and... Oh my god, I can't believe we have to go ahead and goal block. That is really unfortunate. We just have to make it so we have the highest shot of actually going ahead and taking him out. Someone just like screamed as they were driving by my house. That was very odd. Okay, so all right, guys, so sorry about that interruption. We got the Reuniclus going from the Pokemon Switch there. Unfortunately just went off. I totally screwed that one up. Reuniclus is going to be here now, and there's not a whole lot I can do here. We can go ahead and drop Chestnut and then hope for the neutral turn, I suppose. We can also go ahead and drop Magikarp here as well, and then just be able to back up the Mew if it actually does get taken out here. It's not a huge deal, but this could go either way, to be completely honest. We are going to see the Shuttle Flip become a miss, and we're burned, so that's going to be the knockout, unfortunately, on our Mew. That's not something we were looking for. Pretty unfortunate at this point. It is a powerful adversary against this team in particular, so definitely essential that we do get that back as soon as possible. So Reuniclus is going up against Magikarp, obviously trying to pop that as soon as possible. He's going to keep that for sure. And that's going to knock out Magikarp. We're going to evolve that into Gyarados. It's going to be pretty powerful, and we're going to be pretty happy about that one. We do have a pretty good shot against Reuniclus. Unfortunately, that Hyper Beam is just not going to go well against us, but, well, I mean, I guess we go neutral if we X attack, but I'm not going to do that. It's not worth the risk at this point. We are going to go ahead and just follow up, building something up, so if he does end up taking out our Gyarados, if he gets the good roll, we have to anticipate the worst, you know? So if the worst possible scenario happens here against us, then we can actually replace. And that was probably... Is he going to roll again? That's a good question. That is a really good question. Confused Ray doesn't do much for him. Well, it does kind of do a lot for him, actually, because our miss percentage is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like a 90% miss shot. So what we're going to do here is... Okay, wait. We can cure... I think you can cure confusion. We'll do this. We'll do this, actually. Here, so this is what's going to go down. We're going to go ahead and go for the Surround right now because we're going to be able to replace Gyarados when he inevitably goes down right now. We're going to miss. That's pretty unfortunate. He's going to be able to take out Gyarados. We're going to be able to replace Gyarados, though, with our Delphox and then go for the Surround kill on Reuniclus there, which will be absolutely fantastic. He'll have nothing else that he can do. Now, the really unfortunate bit here is that we'll have to Hurdle Jump if he does take out Delphox, which would be really, really bad for us. But if we can take out this Reuniclus at any point, it's going to probably spell the win for us because we've already locked down one side there. Confuse Ray is going to go off. He's probably going to keep that. There'd be no reason for him to not keep that at this point. So the Confusion is going to go off. We're going to go for the Surround kill right now. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. We kept it going, that's for sure. So pretty happy about that one. Now we're going to move forward with our Chestnut. That's probably the right decision. God, I hate Reuniclus so much. I hope that they nerf Reuniclus. It's just too powerful. So we're going to go ahead and just advance right now. And then if he attacks and loses, we'll lock down his entry point because we've already got two defenders on board right now. So we can deal with him moving out like that. He's not going to, unfortunately. We're going to have to deal with it a little bit more head on. So we are going to go ahead and Hurdle Jump, I think. I think that's probably the right choice here because he can't go for a Surround kill at the moment. And he's obviously going off with Shuppet trying to get a Surround kill on Chestnut anyway, so we did need to move him or risk losing against Reuniclus, which would not have been good at all. So fingers crossed here we win this. Come on. Confuse Ray. I mean, I suppose. If we could go ahead and move that Shuppet out of the way, that would help us infinitely at this point. Man, that is really bad, though. That Confusion makes it so we've got, again, like a 70-something% chance, maybe an 80% chance of losing. We are going to see the miss go off, though, so that's a neutral turn for us, which is just fantastic. We're going to be able to advance our Ho-Oh, which is ideal right now, so then we can go ahead and take out Shuppet, and then move forward and try to go for that Surround kill. We're actually going to roll that miss into a Hyper Beam. Unfortunately, that's not what we were looking for at all. We will go ahead and attack the Shuppet because that is just not something we want to be dealing with in the future. Shuppet does go down, which is definitely the best case scenario for us. We want to leave one of those Reuniclus in the PC, though, so the next offensive bit we're going to be going for is probably going to be Reuniclus. Unless he goes and moves forward, he's not going to move forward, which is actually okay for us. So why don't we just go ahead with the X attack right now? We'll just move in and go for it. There's no reason not to, because if we do take the win right now, then there's nothing he can do to... Okay, there we go. We win. We just won. Because there's nothing that he can do to put down a figure on board right now. Nothing's going to be able to make the goal. So he's going to have to take out Ho-Oh, but even if he takes out Ho-Oh, he has to deal with Shuppet. He can't deal with both Pokemon at once. So that's actually going to spell the win for us, which is pretty fantastic there. I figure we might as well just go for it, you know? Like, if we lose, then we get back two pretty powerful Pokemon that we'll use as sort of a chess piece type of situation there. But if we win, then we win the match. So that's going to be that. He's going to use his Psychic Net spin again, even though it really doesn't mean anything. And he's going to respin into a miss. Fantastic. So it didn't even matter. We did take him out, but we're just going to go ahead and take the goal right there. Ho-Oh takes it again. Such a fantastic, versatile Pokemon. I can't say it enough. Ho-Oh is such a great Pokemon, and I recommend you guys, if you do end up pulling him, try him out in your decks. We're up to 1891 ranking. Absolutely fantastic. They're pretty happy about that. And we're going to go ahead and accept our rewards right now. Get those free figures. We've got one more win, guys, until we get that free Deoxys. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Are we crashing? We're crashing. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and restart the app real quick. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got, guys. I'll set this to recent. We'll be able to see. Okay, so we actually got 2 commons from that. We got Bayleaf and Ekans, so nothing too crazy there. Go ahead and load so we can get out of there. There we go. And we're going to go for this last match here, guys, all the way to 45, getting that free Deoxys. I'm really hoping we do win this, and then we'll also be breaking the 1900 rating mark, which would just be so fantastic. I'd be so happy about that. We're going up against a pretty solid team right now, definitely have to say. We got 3 double chances, a Pokemon Switch, a Hurdle Jump, and then a solid team that's backed up by that. So I definitely think that this is probably going to be a Hariyama cheese strategy. So we're going to go ahead and try to counter that if at all possible. I'll guess we're going to see Hariyama. No, interesting. Okay, so we're going to see the Glaceon start, which is a bit odd considering my team and everything. We'll go for a defensive start. We'll go with Mew. More of a defensive start, sort of makes it so he can't quite go ahead and attack us and expect to win. We've got Lucario there. Maybe we drop our... Yeah, screw it. We have a pretty solid shot of going neutral in that situation. If he rolls a 70, obviously we probably won't. But he has a pretty big dodge percent, so we most likely will go neutral there, which means that we can actually afford to go ahead and lose Shuppet if it actually comes to that. Unfortunately, he's gonna Hurdle Jump here, which means that we have to defend, which is not something I'm too happy about. But you know what? That's totally fine because we have a win percent that's a positive one, definitely above 50 against Lucario with Mew. So pretty happy about that. He's probably gonna lock down our other entry point here, which will mean absolutely nothing to us, and then have to go ahead and... Well, no, he won't be able to do that. That's actually really interesting. He's gonna double chance. So that's going to be against Shuppet. Interesting stuff there. Metal Claw versus Nightshade. That's not what we were looking for at all. That's really unfortunate, actually. And that means that we are going to be playing the grindy long haul game type of situation here. So let's go ahead and place the defensive Chestnut. Just some way for us to block off the entry point shenanigans that are going to go down otherwise. You know, that's just what we really need to do. We'll go ahead and drop Magikarp off to the side there as well. He'll probably go for a Surround right now, and then we're going to take down his Leafeon. If he sees that, he won't, but he might not see it. I've had people go in for it before, so it's definitely possible. No, he doesn't go for it, but he does go for an offensive placement there, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work out for him. We're going to go ahead and just let him sit there. We'll advance our Delphox up the right side right now. I'm not seeing a real reason why we should take that threat seriously at this point. Obviously, if he goes for the Surround, we'll surround him. But if he doesn't, then there's no real reason to be scared about it. That said, we do need to go ahead and advance Magikarp to being right next to our Mew. And then we can actually place Ho-Oh and just sort of start like fanning out. You know, we're going to fan out our Pokemon. Now, that Hariyama, that is a scary Pokemon, and we do not want to be dealing with that at all. So we're going to place Ho-Oh. Then we're going to go on the offense. We're going to just go for we're going to put Chestnut down the lane against Glaceon. It's risky. He can go for a Surround after this. Unfortunately, he is going to go for the Surround. He's going to Diamond Dust us here. Most likely go for the Surround. There's no reason for him not to, really. So, no, go away, Clash Royale. Go away. Okay. So, what are you going to do? You're not going to go for it. That is an interesting decision, my friend. Okay. Here's the deal. Here is the deal right now. So, we have nothing that can get rid of the freeze that we're dealing with Chestnut, unfortunately. But what we can do is we can start forcing our way out. So we're going to go ahead and attack Glaceon. Hope we don't get frozen. That's a miss. Are you kidding me? No, that's not cool. Okay, so we're going to miss versus Glaceon, which is actually really, really bad. He's going to go for the surround against Chestnut, which gives us access to Shuppet again. So it's not all bad. But we are going to want to go ahead and get back the 2 Pokemon that we don't have access to at the moment. And that Diamond Dust, man. We are just getting all the bad rolls right now. Good grief. We're going to have to use up a double chance at this point, because otherwise we're just done. Like, we're frozen. That sucks. And kind of screws our game plan up as well. So, not too happy about that. We can't move Magikarp now, that's for sure. That would be, like, really, really bad. Because then he'd just have the easy surround. He has to go for the right side surround first, though, because we'll take him out if he goes for the left side. So, that's unfortunately going to be the loss there. I don't know what you're going to roll. Psychic Shove. So, oh, he just healed. He just healed Ho-Oh. That's fantastic. Okay, so I guess we'll just attack. Like, good grief. What do we even do here, you know? We just set him up. We set him up. We'll just set him up. How about that? How about we just set him up? We'll just go for that cheap little movement there. Just sort of get him out of the way. And then he's going to go and move forward and do absolutely nothing, really. We kind of have to get rid of this Mewtwo before we can go forward at all. And that Fire Blast is going to take out the Psychic. Pretty happy about that one. So, we're sort of moving in the right direction here, but at the same time, we're, again, fighting a pretty much uphill battle. So, we don't want to go up against the Glaceon, because if we roll a Rainbow Wing, we'll be screwed. Well, no, we won't. We'll just be able to advance on our own. That's not a flyaway. Diamond Dust, unfortunately, going to be going for that freeze again. Good grief. We are getting really, really bad luck here. But yeah, he's just surrounding our entire team at this point, and I'm not too fond of it. Okay, go ahead and just take him out. Just take him out. God, no, not the Diamond Dust, man. Anything but. Anything but. So we're going to take our turn here. Since Ho-Oh is actually frozen, we're able to go ahead and place Shuppet, which is just fantastic for us. And if we could get the cheese to happen right now, I would definitely not complain at all. That is for sure. So we're going to go ahead and just go for the cheese, guys. We're just going straight for the cheese. So he's going to put Hariyama on his little home base there. Obviously, there is a decent shot of a miss there. Not quite 25%. It's more like an eighth, actually. So, not a super big chance, but definitely... Oh, geez. This is rough, guys. This is actually really rough. He's going in. He's going in. He's got the dodge. We got the hypersonic, so that's not a terrible spin. But he is going... Okay, he's going to spin into the Aura Sphere. That's going to be fantastic. That means that he uses up not only his positioning, but a double chance, which is just great for us. So, we're going to be able to go ahead and double chance right now. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and double chance. Okay, you could move. Thank you. We'll attack. Come on. Oh my god, did this really just happen? Hello? Thank you very much. No, we'll leave that as it is. He can attack with Glaceon. Now, that's the only shot here of us actually losing. I can't even believe I'm saying that right now. We just went and beat down a Hariyama first spin versus a Shuppet. Fantastic stuff. He's going to double chance. Now, if we roll... Oh, no! God dang it. No, that's not cool. That's not what we're looking for, guys. We were looking for the kill right there. We were getting so close. So very close. And it unfortunately did not happen there. But we're going to go ahead and move Magikarp here. And I guess we're just going to have to go for the grindy game again. That is not quite what I was looking for, but I guess I'm okay with it. So we'll go ahead and unfreeze our nice little Ho-Oh there. See if we can advance Ho-Oh down the lane a little bit. Again, my face cam might actually go out because this video is going much longer than I thought it would. It's been about 10 minutes in this match already, so sorry about that, guys. But it might pop off again just like it did yesterday because... I try to gauge how long my videos are going to go. I try to keep them pretty far under a half an hour. And sometimes, unfortunately, I can't do that. So that's one of these cases where a match just runs way longer than I thought it was going to. And longer than it really usually does as well. So That was a bit of an odd decision. Puts you in an awkward position. I guess you're just assuming I'm going to take him out. But you could have just stayed there and went for the surround kill. I guess it's a defensive positioning. That's totally fine. Not really a big deal there. And... oh, man. What are you doing, dude? Come on. Come on. Okay, so he does see that that's what he can do. Do we hurdle jump to the other side? I don't really want to risk losing that positioning, but I think we have a good shot of actually taking down... there we go. We took down the Glaceon. He's in a position where he can't go ahead and set him down on the goal, so Mewtwo is going to have to attack Ho-Oh and win right now. We've got him in quite a few of these positions, and he's probably going to go ahead and take out Ho-Oh if we see the same sort of situation happen here. Unfortunately, Ho-Oh is going to go down here. We get that miss. That is just not good. And we are going to take back our other two Pokemon in the PC, which isn't necessarily that much of a advantage at this point, even though they are runners, so they will affect the board in a more significant way. A little bit quicker, a little bit faster, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and set him down right there. Obviously, he's blocked both of our entry points, which means that we almost have to just put everything into this push. We got 90 versus a 70 and 91, so we're going to go ahead and X attack and hope that we go physical versus physical right now. Because otherwise, I'm just not sure this is going to work out for us, guys. I'm just not sure at all. Oh, we get the miss, but versus the Annihilate. Fantastic. So he can't actually put anything down on board. He's going to have to go versus Delphox with Lucario here. That's the only option that he has at this point in time. He's going to go up against Delphox, and we're probably going to get the miss. We go Oris. What is up with these rolls? My goodness, guys. We have got so many bad rolls. We're going to lose now. Watch this happen, guys. Watch this happen. This is going to be a rough one. He's going to build up his board. We're just going to go back and forth, and he's going to build up his board. It's just not going to be good, guys. It's just not going to be good at all. So I guess what we can do here is we can go on the offense before he can get his Lucario into a position to win. So that means right now attacking this Leafeon. This Leafeon needs to go down if we can possibly make it happen. That's not going to be what we wanted. We wanted it to turn into a Gyarados ASAP. That's definitely super important right now. And the face cam went out, but it's back on right now, guys. It is back on right now. We're going to go ahead and go for the defensive placement on Mew right now because he's going to continue to advance, and that's not something we want to be dealing with. We almost have to have our Magikarp evolve, or we don't have any shot, you know? It just needs to be taken out so it can evolve. And there we go. That's what happens. We're going to go ahead and evolve it. We're going to use Storm if we can on Leafeon, because if we use it right now, we'll be taking out our Mew, which puts us in a terrible position. So he'll probably attack right now because he probably sees that. He isn't going to attack, which is a very odd decision in my opinion. We're going to go ahead and try to take out Leafeon right now. And that's actually going to be a successful takeout, and Leafeon falls. Fantastic stuff. He's probably going to go for a surround right now, I would assume anyways. Since we don't have any buffs. No, he's not going to go for the surround, which is, again, an extremely odd choice in my opinion. We are going to go ahead and go for the attack right now. It's going to be a dodge versus a hyper beam, so that's just a totally neutral turn. He's going to surround our Gyarados right now. We're going to attack his Mewtwo, and if we win, then we have a shot. If we lose, then we're just screwed, okay? That's what it comes down to, and there's nothing else we can do. We just have to spin, and unfortunately, that is going to be the game, so we're not going to take home that last win right now, but it's totally fine, guys. Totally not a big deal at all. Definitely... We still went 2-1, still a positive day, so still pretty happy about that. We made some progress. Dude, yeah, come on. You don't be a tool, all right? You won, just win. You know? But yeah, guys, we end the day at 18:59 with 44 victories in this current event. Pretty happy about that. We are going to go ahead and get that last win probably a little bit later tonight, maybe tomorrow. Not sure about that. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope to see you guys back here for the next video tomorrow. And until then, peace.